Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the bridge call. Tonight, Danny and I are going to be talking about connecting to higher self and also doing a little bit of clearing in the sacral chakra. Welcome, Danny.
Welcome, everyone. Good to see everybody after a little bit of a break. That's fine. Good to see you all here today.
Yeah, welcome to the call. And we're going to have a little chat in the beginning, and then we'll do a little Q&A right after. How is I still haven't figured out how to put two people together. Like, I watch a whole whack full of people do it online, like all day long. And I'm like,
Split screen, yeah.
I don't know.
I think you have to upgrade your account at Zoom.
Yeah, I believe so.
Something like that.
So, yeah. So, just checking in with everybody. We're going to get started on the sacral chakra. Now, last week, major Wi-Fi issues traveling. So I'm a little more grounded today. And the last call we did was clearing at the root chakra. And also, what was it? Oh, yeah, we took one main issue that we're struggling with, and we did a group clearing.
Shamanic healing, yeah.
Yeah, shamanic healing. So our chakra clearing is a little bit like that also. Good people are on cameras that didn't have one before. So yeah, the sacral chakra is, we're going to do it a similar way, Danny. We'll do a little bit of shamanic healing in the sacral. And then we'll do a connecting to higher self, and even ask higher self how to connect to higher self. What a concept.
Yes. Let's do it.
All right. So, okay, a little bit of the sacral chakra, which sits, just below the belly button. And I'm just going to give you a brief synopsis of what it affects, what does it control, how it operates unbalanced, how it operates balanced. And I'm just going to mute you guys out. And then what kind of affirmations? So sacral chakra is the color of orange. So when we do this, even right now, let's all intentionally actually be present to the sacral chakra, which is just below the belly button. So we have the root chakra. The next one is the sacral. And imagine or be with the color orange, because that's the color, as bright as an orange, the fruit. And this is also connected to the universe. So the sacral, it has a very big connection to the universe. I don't know to what extent, because I can't read into all that. But what this chakra affects is it affects the genitals, the lymphatic circulatory system, the bladder, the kidney, large intestines, lower back, and abdominal region. Okay. So if you're experiencing any of these, you might have an unbalanced sacral chakra. So the controls, what does it control? It controls desires and needs, increases consciousness. It's the center of passion, leads to joy, self-confidence, balanced energy, increased creativity, ability to maintain intimacy in relationships. It's a reproductive organs, legs, lower back pain, fertility, sex-related issues, and emotional instability. So this what comes out of this.
Mhm.
Beautiful chakra.
Or
Now, an unbalanced chakra, sacral chakra, you could be experiencing overwhelm, short-tempered, manic or emotional instability, impatient, hypersensitivity, obsessive addictions, eating disorders, increased physical urges, depression, frustration, lack of energy, worry and fear, lack of creativity, low libido of sex drive, insecure about your body, detachment, tired, stressed. All right. So anybody feeling any of those?
maybe one or two, maybe.
Basically the planet is going through a major upheave
Yeah.
in the sacral chakra, right? All right. So
Sure.
so what it feels like to have a balanced chakra, you're tapping into creativity, adaptability, sensual pleasures, joy, sexual, empathy, emotionally balanced, harmony within oneself, playful, freedom, intuitive, increased creativity, expressed emotions efficiently. This is what a balanced chakra would be. So affirmations, when you think of your chakra, and, you know, I don't know about you, but I've been very conscious of how I speak to myself, and really switched from being hard on myself, because I can be hard on myself. How come you don't have that figured out yet? Why don't you have that done yet? How come you're still working on that? Like, I actually have this energy entity that's kicking my ass all the time. And so I had to just like, hey, like, relax. So that's my default, being hard on myself, right? So I had to increase the kindness, the gentleness, the patience, love. So here would be some affirmations that could help you switch that conversation that you might be having. I love my body. My body supports me, empowers me. I am thankful and joyful to be me. I accept, embrace, celebrate my body. I honor my natural physical feelings. I open myself to creativity and passion to flow through me. I deserve to experience physical pleasure and have my needs met. I attract loving relationships, good people who support me. Okay, so that's to kind of give you an idea of what's going on in the second sacral chakra. So for the purpose of this exercise, what I would like us to do is imagine this chakra as an actual energetic entity, which it is. It's an energy center. It is a living, vibrating energy center. Okay. So what I want you to do is actually imagine the sacral chakra in the body, bringing it out about a few inches to a foot in front of you. And this is what we're going to focus on, bring our attention to. We're going to release whatever is unbalanced in the chakra. And then we're going to do some healing, shamanic healing, acknowledging, thanking it, sending it love. And we're all going to work together as a group. And a little bit about Danny and your abilities. Did you want to share a little bit about the healing work that you do and how you do it?
Are we talking the shamanic healing, or I guess it's all involved in one?
Right.
I work with some very powerful healing entities. I'm also a Reiki master, but because of my shamanic background, it works in a different area. I do a lot of breath work, which is called the shamanic breath. And that breath work is also called the breath of God. As I blow into the person or whatever we need to heal, that energy and all that comes through me, through my breath, to the person or to whatever situation I might be wanting to heal. And most of these healings I do are mostly for people are emotional and trauma based. But even with that, sometimes a physical healing can happen from that. I've seen it happen. As they release some emotional traumas that are deep seated inside of them, they get an actual physical healing afterwards. So that can happen also. So when we do this type of healing, I'm balancing all the auras in the body, your energetic field, your etheric field, your spiritual field. All of those are bringing back to balance in the healing. So there's a lot going on.
Absolutely.
A lot going on.
Beautiful. So this is the stuff that's going to be happening on top of your own powerful abilities to go within and be part of the healing, because the best healer on the planet is actually the one that's within you. Because nobody can heal you. It's got to be an agreed, you need to do this from within, and it has to be an agreement. So how does it not be agreed is our programs, our belief systems, our looping. And
unworthiness is a big one.
Sorry, what was that?
Unworthiness is a big one.
Yeah, so a lot of programs: unlovable, not good enough, unworthy, not enough, don't deserve. These are all programs. So when we can bypass the mind and get into our heart center and do the work within, along with grouping, being part of a very powerful group, and also having a lot of people in this group who have abilities, and then also working with Danny, who brings the big guns so that we can get a little bit bigger of a blast. So, okay. So let's try this. The first time we did this with the root chakra, it was very good. We did really well. And so what we want to do is actually sit back and relax. And you want to be in a comfortable state. You don't want to be like sitting or laying down and your shirt's all twisted around you and your head's not supported. Because you'll be more focused on that than you will on what needs to be done, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to sit back and relax, and we're going to close our eyes, and we're going to take some deep breaths in and out. And what I'd like you to do when you're thinking about taking your inhales and exhales, I want you to, when you inhale, say in your mind the word let. The word let. And then when you exhale, I want you to say in your mind, go. So inhale, let, exhale, go. Inhale, let, exhale, go. Okay? So we're going to let it go.
Good.
All right, so everybody ready? We're going to sit back and relax. We're going to close our eyes, and as we take in 7 breaths, 7 deep, beautiful breaths, and as you inhale in your mind, you say let, and as you exhale, you say in your mind, go. So while we're taking deep breaths, Danny, did you want to open up the space and create the safe space for us?
Yes, we call on all our angels of light, spirit guides, call on Father and Mother God to be with us here at this time, to create a space here of safety, a space of comfort and support for all of us at this time. Surround us with our angels and protect us, and anchor the light of the Creator here with us at this moment, wherever we reside. And we accept this as manifest. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so here is our intentional, here is our work. We are going to focus on our second chakra, and we're going to bring it out as if it's a live, energetic being that is needing some attention, needing some love. And what we're going to do is focus on everything and anything, programs, pressed emotions and stuff that you feel is ready to come up and see the light of day, because that's all it wants to do, is see the light of day and be released. And while we focus and put our intention there, so Danny and I are going to do some energetic work, and whatever programs that I'm hearing that Spirit is telling me that is in your sacral chakra, I'll just say it. So that way it'll help jog your thought process to, you know, oh yeah, I have that one too. Oh yeah, I have that one. Okay, yeah, let that one go, let that one go. All right, so as you're breathing in and out, you're going to energetically put your attention and focus on the sacral, and you're going to bring it out energetically. You're going to bring it out of your body and hold it in front of you as a living, energetic being. And just be really present to, you know, what it is needing. It's actually needing your attention and love, because we don't normally give our chakras exactly what they need, which is they just need more of you. They need more of your love. And so while we focus our attention and intention, so Danny and I are going to create some healing energies. So I also want to call on all our spirit team in this circle. And part of my big yawning is because there's a lot of energy coming in, and that's how I have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also what the spirit guides are showing me is that they're bringing in a lot of crystal light to amplify and enhance our healing abilities. And we are healers. So if you're thinking, oh, I can't heal myself, you know, how am I going to do this? That's probably sitting in your sacral chakra right now too. And it would be one of the programs that you might want to allow come up and see the light of day and release it. So, Danny, are you all set and ready?
Calling in all the healing energies of the universe to come through now at this time. And Father, Mother God to bathe us in their light, on the light on ourselves, the light on this sacral chakra at this time. Imagine our sacral chakra as being bathed in this beautiful golden white light. And the purpose of this golden white light is to assist you in releasing all that does not serve you. It's time for you to relax and to feel free to let it go, whatever it is, a belief system or an issue that's affecting one of the body functions that the sacral works with. Things that do not serve you anymore, things you might have an issue with, they're in the light now. All those things are being exposed to the light. We also have all these wonderful healing energies coming in. Through your body, through your chakras. Relax and allow this to happen. Know that you are safe. You are in a very safe place. You are surrounded by your spirit guides, surrounded by loving angels. Father, Mother, God is here to allow you and assist you in releasing all those things you are hanging on to, clutching to, from past lives, from this life, whatever issues or fears that you may have. It's time to let them go and let your sacral chakra glow and embody and be its full potential. Imagine it spinning in a clockwise direction as you look down on it, in a slow revolving direction, clockwise. It has motion, it has energy, it has life. And as you release those things that no longer serve you, unworthiness, any fear, emotional stuff that makes you irritable or grumpy, those things that do not serve you anymore, this wheel will start to spin a little faster, as you release and let go and allow it to leave. And as we let go of these issues or items or programs that no longer serve us, we need to thank them for being with us, for they have taught us many lessons. They have been here for a great purpose, even though some of them were very uncomfortable. From this adversity, we learn and we grow. And as we let go of things, let go of what you're able to let go at this time. See those things leave your sacral chakra and see your sacral chakra glowing even brighter orange and spinning a little bit faster, that it's unencumbered. You may not release everything today, but at least let go of something today. Acknowledge it, thank it. We let go of things that do not serve us anymore. It's part of our learning, it's part of our growth to experience these. For these things that we experience, we actually agreed to on a soul level to come to this lifetime to experience these. You may call them challenges, you may call them difficulties, but your soul came to experience these in this lifetime. And so it's an agreement that you made to learn these lessons and experience them. And as we learn these lessons and have growth, some spiritual growth from it, we can let them go. And feel the joy that resides in the sacral chakra. Let go of frustrations or any fears or any angers that do not serve you anymore. And let that passion, your loving passion, come through your sacral chakra and open up the gates to joy, to the joy that in your life that's always been there. It's just been held down by fears and angers and resentments and even programming. Feel the passion swell in it, the passion that you have for life, for your family, for your things that you do every day. Breathe in, let. Breathe out, go. Again. Go. And be grateful for those things that came to us to assist us on our journey here and growth here at this time. And see the sacral spinning a little faster. And its orange color is very bright, beautiful colors. Ignite your passions. Ignite those things you desire, you love to do, love to be. And ignite that joy that's in your heart, that's in the sacral, and release it, let it be. Let it come out like a child. And childlike joy.
Yeah, they're showing me as a child when you used to ride your bike and how playful you were. So increasing the playfulness and the freedom.
Because children don't worry about finances or houses or things or jobs. They just know how to play. They just know how to be. Pure joy. We can do that again. As we heal the sacral chakra at this time, to raise its vibration and to have it fully charged, fully working, fully operational. As we let go of those things that do not serve us. And as we let go of those things, all those functions of the body that are attached to the sacral are also vibrating at a higher vibration. The lymphatic system, the digestive system, the sexual organs, all of these lower organs are working nicer now and cleaner now. As the sacral is being healed. Allow yourself to let go of all those things that the sacral is attached to, all those emotional things, all those worries, all those resentments that you might have.
Yeah, allow this to happen. Allow it to happen. Stay out of your mind. Stay focused on the chakra, and also the knowing that consciousness and a lot of spirit teams, a lot of energies, high vibrating energies, are working along with us on our behalf.
Mm-hmm.
This is not done at the mind level. So releasing density, traumas, you got how you got to fix things. How am I going to make this better? Fear of the future. We're going to increase the vibration of this chakra to the vibration of unconditional love, trust, joy, dance, playfulness, and freedom.
It's time to heal, to let go of those things that no longer serve us.
And as everything gets released out of the chakra, it goes back into the ethers, back to its original blueprint, back to pure light, pure potentiality, back to its original creation.
Mm.
So we can't have two things in one space. So it's like we can't have density and high vibration in one space. So in order to increase the vibration, it's a matter of just letting go, allowing it to go, knowing that it is leaving, and set the new intention.
Go. Thank it for any lessons that it may have taught you. Thank you.
Everything was done by agreement, and it was all perfect. And sometimes we hold on to them longer than we needed to.
To send it love.
So when we give it some attention and love and attention, the chakra is saying, oh, thank you. Thank you for noticing me. Thank you for acknowledging me.
Feel it like it's lightening up, that it's weightless, that the burdens are being released. Anything that was slowing down the speed of its spin, it's now spinning faster.
Yeah, so it is spinning much faster. It's in clockwise direction. It's like an orange, transparent, vibrant, also,
Wheel.
yeah, it could be a wheel, it could be a ball, however way you see it. And the more it spins and the faster it spins, the lighter it becomes. And the more access it gets to your intuition, your creativity, your joy, your passions, your desires. This is almost like the gateway to your higher vibrational self. And then it also can release a lot of physical stuff that you're going through, lower back, leg problems, stomach problems. Time to move on, time to upgrade the operating system, time to grow up the little child.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Beautiful work, guys.
Yes, and see that golden white light shining on your sacral, assisting it, lifting its vibration, and making it lighter and purposeful, and bringing out all those wonderful desires and joy that is inherent in your sacral and who you are. We're meant to be joyful. We're meant to be passionate. Let out that inner child, that face, that smile, and jumping, skipping child.
Yes, and also have an acknowledgement that you have value and you have worth, and you're also needing your body in good shape because your soul chose this body. You chose this body agreement to, carry out the experiences that your soul came here to experience. So you want it in good shape. So the more you give it attention and love and continually release anything and everything that is ready to go at this time, you just keep lightening your load. And then consciousness and spirit team and your higher self and everyone that's with you 24/7 can also help you amplify, clear out things that you don't even know that are there from this life, lineage, past lives, across all space, time, and dimension. So we're going to let it go. So we're going to take 3-4 deep breaths in and out. And as we inhale and exhale, we're going to say to ourselves, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. So from this moment on, we're going to set a new intention and a new bar that we are operating from. So we don't clear and do all this work and then go back into our old ways. We clear and then we create new commitments and new behaviors and new intentions from this point on and forward. So with, everything cleared out, as much as it got cleared out for tonight, you want to set a new intention to have a vibration of playfulness, freedom, serenity. Being super comfortable in your body, relaxing, allowing your digestive system to operate at its optimal self, letting go of all the pain in your body, imagining you're walking around and moving around with no pain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how are you doing, Danny? Do you need a little bit more time?
I was just going to say, let's call on all our spirit guides, all our angels of light, and any other healing beings that are here with us tonight to stay with all of us every minute of every day to assist in us releasing what we need to release in the future, in the days and the weeks ahead, that they'll always be with us and they'll always be assisting us in helping us keeping our chakras clear and operating. And we thank all of them for this wonderful work. Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome.
Very
all right.
good.
And then when you're ready, come on back. So we're going to give a few minutes for people to come back. We don't normally have a two-parter show, but we're doing a two-parter.
Today we will. Mm-hmm. Very
So
good.
now I'm sure everybody knows that on this call, I went through a lot of energy there. Was leaking in all directions. Crying and nose running.
Oh, it's beautiful energy, isn't it?
It is. It's
very relaxing.
It's relaxing, it's calming, and you could feel a little bit of excitement actually coming in, and knowing that the load that you're carrying is lighter, so you can get through things. You don't have to be on overwhelm or irritation and stuff. It's just, you know what, just relax. It's going to get done when it gets done. Be patient, and yeah, it's perfect the way it is.
It is. I agree.
Snowstorms and all.
Not where you are. Only white thing there is that white sand on the beach.
Yeah, and we have to find that white sand because it's usually black sand here, dark
Oh,
sand.
really?
Because of the volcanoes and stuff.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a couple of beaches that have white sand, but I don't know where up in the northern part. I think it is white sand up there.
It's the coral.
So
Very
how's
good.
everybody feeling? Did anybody feel anything they want to share, or did any insights come in? Is everybody back? You guys are not showing your faces. No? Okay, everybody's feeling good. Awesome. So if that didn't zap you,
They're
we're gonna
still awake.
we're going to increase
Mhm.
increase the vibration a
Vibe.
little bit more. So the next topic is connecting to your higher self, and you can be connecting to your higher self. You can be connecting to spirit guides or consciousness. It's a similar process to connect to all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And a major one is you got to stop entertaining the ego. You got to stop having those conversations with your ego. And the minute that the ego wants to entertain or kick your butt, or, you know, tell you like, what are you doing? And and start going at you, just like, no, not interested.
Not
So
right now.
yeah, so a lot of that has to calm down in our minds in order to be able to connect at will, much faster, constantly, because we're still living in a bit of duality. We're still in the manic state, you know, but the sooner that you recognize that you're swimming with the sharks and trying to co-create with your ego, and there's no right or wrong. There's no like, oh, I hung out talking with my ego for the length of time they did. There's no wrong or right about that. It's as soon as you realize that you are having conversations with your ego, because ego loves for you to be disconnected, have the illusion that you're by yourself, nobody's there for you, and it really wants you to suffer. It doesn't want you to be happy. Okay, it'll give you the illusion that it wants you to be happy, but then it'll pull the rug on you and go, well, you know, so there's a lot of it. The ego is a trickster.
Very much.
So as soon as you recognize that it is not of the light, there's density to it. You just acknowledge and just say, oh, here I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again, and get back into your power self. So what we are going to do today is with Danny's agreement.
Well, let's talk. Can I? Thank you. A little talk. You know, some people say, well, I get messages from my guides, my spirit guides. And what would be the difference between your spirit guides and your higher self? And I just want to talk a little bit, how can they communicate to you? They'll communicate in a way that works for you. If you're a visual person, you might see signs, you might see numbers, and they'll give you messages through the signs and the numbers. And if they know that that's what you're looking for, they will always pinpoint. They'll use that only to give you messages.
Right.
Sometimes it might be send a feeling to you where, you know, is this good? Is this bad? Should I take this job? Should I move to this new area? Sometimes it's Maybe I'm going to tell you a strange story. My mother was my guide for some time, and I didn't know it. So whenever I was confronted with a thing, it says, do I have a yes or a no? She would pinch me right here real hard. That's a yes, Danny. And I didn't know that for a while. I thought, what the heck is wrong with my hand when I had to make a decision? So my mom was coming to me by pinching me right here. Yes, Danny, that's a yes. Okay, so they can contact us or give us messages in many ways, through little thoughts in your head, little ideas. Oh, I never quite, a little thought can come to your mind and say, well, oh, maybe I'm going to look at this situation in a whole new light. And they just plant a little seed. So spirit guides and angels too can give us messages in so many different ways. But once you tap onto it and you learn to acknowledge it, they'll use the same method generally. If it's a pinch, if it's a thought, if there's a sign as you're walking down the street, I'll know always the signs, the message in the sign gave you, oh, there's the message I've been waiting for. And to always ask your guides, I need some help today. I need to locate something, or I'm looking for a new job, or whatever is going on in your life. Ask. That's the biggest thing I learned when we started all this. We need to learn to ask. It's really important. Call on your spirit guide. Say, okay, guys, I know you're around me. I know you love me. I need a little help today in this little situation. And please give me a sign. So don't be afraid to ask. Start speaking to them. Start a dialogue. Once this goes, it could take you weeks, maybe even months to really get good at this. So I'm just giving a little bit of feedback here with working with spirit guides. But from what I understand, working with the higher self is a little different, because this is you. This is the source coming straight down through you. This is not a guide. This is not an angel. This is your source, your God source coming through directly. So I don't know, maybe in my case and in a lot of light workers' case, it's a little more difficult to contact your higher self or get information through from your higher self. From the experience I've had with others, most of them say it's a little more difficult to directly connect to your higher self. I don't know your experience, Lucie. I don't know if you agree with that.
It could be, you may think that you're not connected, or you're thinking it's difficult to connect, but from my personal belief is that we're always connected. So, and we're connected.
Yeah.
We're always connected, and we're connected on many dimensions, and we're operating because we're multidimensional. There's a multiple amount of dimensions operating at all times. So you could be seeing through 3D, 7D, 10D, but it's all happening at one time. So if you think like, oh, how come I can't remember who I was going to text, or what the heck was the information I was going to send, or why are these cans of tunas, like, why can't I hold on to these cans of tunas? They're constantly falling down on the ground. Like, that's just all part of it. Okay. It's just all part of it. So when that stuff is happening, it's like, oh my God, what was I supposed to do here? I can't remember what page I was on. It's all part of it. And it's ramped up. So
I'd have to agree.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, this is only my own personal, in 2015, it was full on my higher self kit, like a lightning bolt, like a fiber optic. It's 100% functional. So most of the time when I'm speaking to someone, if it's something important that they need to hear, it'll be my higher self speaking. It won't be me. And I'll finish the conversation and I'll think in my head, wow, that wasn't me. Somebody was coming through me. It was my higher self coming through me, not a spirit guide. So we can do a lot of channeling with our higher self. We can do a lot of information downloads through our higher selves to help others and ourselves. Bring some clarity. Now I get a lot of visions, so I'm not sure if that's directly related to my higher self or not. Probably is, because whatever way that you get information, if it's a thought or it's a feeling or it's a vision, whatever works best for you, I guess, is what's going to come through. So whether or not the information is different than from a spirit guide, I kind of think it's slightly different.
Yeah, I feel it's slightly different also. So when my higher self is working through me, it does, or the energy comes through as, I don't know why I have to tell you this, but blah, 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 blah. And they're like, oh my God. It's like, it's like, I'm not connected to the information. I'm just like, I don't know why I have to tell you this. Another things, it does come through a lot of visuals. So like, even when we're doing the chakra, when I saw the little kid riding the bike, that's, I feel is higher self. When my guides come in, it's like they're talking to me. So I can hear a voice, and or they're showing me stuff. Like one day I was at the gym, I was very stressed out. I was working out, I was very stressed out, finances and stuff. This was about, I don't know, 6-7 months ago. And I was just stretching, and I was just like, oh my God, how am I going to do it? Blah, 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 blah. And then as I was stretching, the best way to stretch is breathe into the stretch. Okay. So you can get a better stretch. So I was doing my breathing into the stretch, but while I was doing that, I completely surrendered my mind chatter. And then all of a sudden my guides came in. It's like, we are here 24/7. Like, we love you. We are working with you. And they're just like, like almost giving me shit. And I was like, oh my God. And like where I work out, it's very hot. And so I was crying. So you couldn't tell if I was sweating or crying, thank God. Because they came in with lots of love.
Wow.
I was like, oh my God, like, just give it up already. Like, you're already supported already. It's already done deal.
We forget that sometimes.
I know that one of my guides is, and we have animal guides too, and one of my guides is the hawk. And the other day I was riding my bicycle. I was out there by myself on the highway, riding, lots of fields, farmland, This hawk came out of nowhere. There's no cars, there's no other bikers, just me. This hawk came out of nowhere and like way the heck over there in that field over there, flew across the field and flew right over my head.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay.
That isn't the message.
Like, we're just like gonna land on me or what? So they come in that way too. They come in that way too. So higher self, I feel, is a knowing. There's a knowing happening within.
Definitely a knowing.
There's
very strong knowing.
And there's like an overtaking for me, when I work with people, it just overtakes me. And, oh, by the way, blah, blah, blah. Or I think I need to say this to you. The other day, I had a dream of a friend of mine down here. He's in the States right now. Three minor heart attacks, one after another.
Wow.
And so I woke up and I went, So I called him. I'm like, 3 minor heart attacks. I had to call the ambulance twice. How you doing over there?
Not very good.
He goes, well, everything's good. I just had the ECG or whatever you call it to check your heart and all that. He goes, everything's fine. Everything's fine. I said, well, the last time I got a message like that, he got rushed to the hospital and they had to put the stents in, two stents. And it's like,
Wow.
So,
the message.
Yeah. So what we'd like to do is maybe channel from higher self and see what higher self says on how to best connect, or there's many ways of connecting, but it's about opening the channel. and opening the channel to higher frequency, higher vibration is about letting go and surrendering and getting out of ego. I mean, there's no mystery to this. There's no pill.
No.
It's just the way it is. And it requires practice. And when you're in a suffering state, or when you're in a really crazy
Stressful.
state,
Yeah. Not much is going to happen.
just know you're on the other side of the line, okay? And you need to cross over and go.
Yeah,
Woo.
there you go.
All right. So do you have anything else to share, Danny?
No, we pretty well said it all. Like for me, like when the higher self is really flowing through, it's a knowing. And it's a beautiful energy, and it's pure, it's calm, and it just flows through me. Generally, when I speak is when my higher self's coming through. When I do all this shamanic work, it's my higher self doing this. And the sessions I do for people in my practice, it's my higher self doing all of it. It's just coming right through. It knows what to say, it knows what to do. And it's seamless. It's so smooth. It's just beautiful how it works when you get out of the way and allow it to come in, right? So what were we going to do now, Lucie?
Well, we're going to see if you can channel your higher self and see what your higher self says about connecting to higher self.
Sure.
I always put Danny on the spot.
I love you too.
You're like,
well,
what am I doing?
Well, it's not good because you pushed me, especially that one on what is your home planet and all that. I'd never done that before. And that went out really well. Very pleased with that video. Okay, so give me a minute here, get calm, and see what we're doing. As my higher self's coming through at this time to speak to all of you at this time, my higher self wishes to greet you all and thank you for what you're doing for yourself and for your higher self as you come to these meetings, as you come to listen, as you come to grow and expand your consciousness. You're doing yourself a great favor. And many gifts can come to you when you're open like this, in a forum like this, but in your daily lives where you are open to receive, open to learning, open to growing, and even open to expanding who you really are as the human being. As the human being, you are a very dense being, but much of you is above this physical form in an etheric form. It's in your angelic form, it's in your higher self and your soul. Tapping into these higher energies and frequencies it should be a goal for those that are on a spiritual path. It's a wonderful thing to raise up and to connect to those wonderful sources of knowledge and energies and love. It's a wonderful place to be. We can speak to your spirit guides and your angels on a daily basis, and that's fine. You get great comfort in that. You get great information and even guidance by doing that. But with your higher self, that is the true essence of who you are. It is your God source, your God connection. Imagine a beam of light coming from the etheric realm through you as a piece of connection, a piece of source operating through you. So this is different than connecting to a spirit guide or an angel of that sort. This is you. This is your purity. This is your essence at its finest point by connecting to your higher self. Your higher self is there for you, and your higher self can do amazing things for you, connecting you to the higher realms also and to energies. But your higher self can come in for your guidance here, your true guidance on this planet. For it comes through as a knowing. It comes in through as a peace. It comes in as love that grounds you and gives you a better place on the planet. And as many who are using this higher self that's coming through them, they are not only using it for themselves, they are assisting others. As Danny has said earlier, I come through Danny to assist others. I come through his voice. I bypass his mind. I go directly to his voice and I speak through his voice to help others on their path, to give them knowledge, to give them information so that they may heal and move forward. So the higher self is a very pure form of connection to, say, God, to pure light, to pure love. And to connect to this can be a difficult situation for most humans as the mind gets in the way, the ego gets in the way. We can suggest for you, one of the best things is to be truly calm, truly let go, to just relax and breathe and allow the higher self to be part of you and to call it in, to actually say out loud, I wish to connect to my higher self, to my essence, to my purity, to my light. I ask you, my higher self, to come through me daily, to inform me, to guide me, to give me information, knowledge, skills that may help me and may help others around me. And to be prepared for that message that comes through your higher self and through your voice. It may come as a feeling, it may come as a knowledge, it may come as that knowing, and it may come as a vision, as it does for Danny. I come through Danny with several of these ways, and the vision is one of the greatest one I give to Danny. So with a picture and a vision, much information can be given to someone at a time. So your higher self is here for you, to assist you. It is a part of you. Allow it to come in. Call it in. Sit quietly. Try this and wait and see as it comes in and how it wishes to speak through you and how it's going to work with you as you go through your daily journey. For it's not only for you that your higher self comes through, it's also for you to assist others, as it does for Lucie and I. Our higher self is to help others also. So this is our suggestion to you at this time, is to call it in, be calm, know that you can do this, that your higher self is here, and you wish to have a full connection to your higher self so that you may be a better human being, a better spiritual soul on this planet, to assist yourself and to assist all others. We wish to leave this with you at this time as we send you our love. And remember, our higher selves are also connected to the collective of higher selves. When you hear Danny speaking at this time, this is not just his higher self. His higher self is connected to all the other higher selves. We are as unity, we are as one. And we leave you with this transmission today. Thank you. How was that?
Hello, that was very good. Very beautiful. Yeah, very informative. It's a very solid message of calming and calling it in and knowing that you can.
And it's a beautiful feeling when this comes. It's so pure, it's so loving, and it is truly a part of me. It is me coming through, my true essence. So we need to understand that we are angelic. We are beautiful beacons of light, and that we can connect to that purity, that source, if you want to call it source. We can all do this. It might take a little bit of practice, though. Do we want to open for a question or two?
Yeah, absolutely. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody want to share anything? Wow, quiet group tonight.
Crickets.
They're all connected. They're all bypass the mind.
I have a question. I have a question.
Sure.
Yes.
So, if I want guidance on something, is it the same situation as you've mentioned before? I ask for guidance for that something, and then I don't keep asking like day after day after day after day. I like ask sort of one time.
Oh, like you're talking about prayers.
Well, not necessarily prayer. I want to make a decision, and I'm asking for help to make a decision. And do I just ask one time and then wait for the answer, even if it takes like days and days? Or will I get the answer right away?
I would ask a second time because it's a little different than a prayer, because you're not trusting when you do that in a prayer, from what I've learned anyway.
Okay.
With guidance, I mean, you have to make, say there's a decision, you know, a couple of weeks away, I got to make this important decision, and I really need to, you know, look at all the facts. And if nothing happens within a day or two, I definitely call your spirit guides in again. And say, okay, listen, guys, you know, it's the time's coming. I really need some assistance here. I need some guidance here to give me some different ways of looking at this, so that I can make a you know, concerned decision.
Right.
I would definitely ask a second time.
Okay.
Definitely, okay. And bring it to me in a way that I can understand.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I do also. I'll keep reframing the question. Who am I supposed to connect with today? You know, on a daily basis, it's like, okay, I'm available, and make myself available emotionally, mentally, be available. And then I reframe the question different ways. And then when I'm like impatient, then I just go, what the heck?
Take your deep breath. Right.
My human side comes out. Yeah, and you know, there's been times where I've put the question, even putting a question into the ethers, and then just completely forgot that I asked it. And then all of a sudden the answer comes back and I'm like, wow, I even forgot I asked that question. And
yep.
It got resolved, and I'm like, oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's an intention also, like it's being aligned with the desired result. And also, is it for your highest and best good?
Yes. Yeah, for all this, you know, when we need that guidance, it should be in our highest good and highest good of others, because whatever decision we make can affect others. Right?
Well, they do.
Yeah, that's important. What's that?
They do.
They do, very much so.
Yeah, it's a ripple effect, yeah. So there's a lot at play. It's like, well, I want this. It's like, well, the person that you need to connect with, who's also connected to this one or connected to that one, it's like it's a web, right? So it's like, they not only have to orchestrate you getting ready to receive, they also have to get all the players involved, and that's done. Okay, he's done, they're done, da, 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 da.
I have to agree.
And you're like, what's taking so long? Oh, then it was like 25 people deep trying to get everybody sorted out to get it back to you. Because that's how many people are involved. Like there's a lot involved. You know, it's not only, could be
a lot of things.
Could be all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Are there any other questions? Crickets again. It's okay.
Ask higher self, what's the question I need to ask?
What you need to ask?
No, ask your higher self right now. It's like, what's my question? Ask higher self.
There you go.
That's what I was wondering. Can you ask all of them? The higher self, the guides, the angels? everybody at once?
Sure, why not? If you have to make a, there's some, maybe a little crisis in your life and you need a lot of help, I would, sure, by all means. Call in all the guns, I would, sure.
I probably operate like I'm in crisis every day because I call them all in all the time.
And they're saying, Lucie again.
It's like, dudette, there's nothing going on. Like, we got your back. I actually was in a meditation one day and I was like, oh, I wonder how this is going to work out. Da, da, da. Like, how am I going to da, da, da. And then I had this voice come in say, we're working on it. Really quietly and lovingly. I was like, oh, okay.
Thank you. Yeah, and I think we should now and then say thanks to all these guides.
Oh, absolutely.
And say, I am so glad to have you guys helping me and guiding me. I really appreciate you.
They love you, love you, love you. Like, when you're like experiencing with a little puppy or a new little baby or whatever, that thing that you love or your plant, you're just like, oh my God, I love this thing so, so much. And then
Mhm.
that's how your higher self is looking at you and all your guides and spirits and all that. They're just like, oh my God, I love you so much.
It is tremendous amount of love, really is. Mhm.
So, very cool.
Any other comments, questions?
Wow, awesome. Well, I would love to hear people's feedbacks. So we put this on YouTube, and if you would be so kind to smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And thank you for the donations that are coming in. And also, if you know anybody that could benefit from our conversations and clearings and stuff, please pass it on.
Exactly. Pass this on.
Yeah, and if you have to get in contact with either Danny or I put that in the YouTube. All you have to hit is show more, and you can see our information there.
Very good.
So if you need anything, we're here to assist.
Well, it's nice to have you all here today.
Yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you for the co-creation. And Danny, anything you want to say and close out the circle?
I can. We wish to thank all those beings that were here assisting us and surrounding us today, whether they be guides, angels, Father, Mother, God, for assisting us in learning and growing and expanding. And today, especially for the healing of our sacral chakra. We are grateful for that light, that golden light that came down to assist us in healing it and bringing it up to its full potential. We are very grateful, and we thank you all for being here with us today.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And we'll see you guys all next week.
Yep. Thank you.
Have a good evening.
See you again.
Bye.
Okay, take care.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye-bye now.
Thank you.